Hey everyone, Ms. Wilkins here. I'm back again to talk about the bass clef. Okay, so remembering in our treble clef video, we're going to talk about the bass clef, and first we're going to talk about how to form it. So I start here and just do a backward C. That might be a little small there. And then 2 dots go around the 4th line on the musical staff. And if you were to look at that and say, what letter does that remind me of? I'm hoping in your mind you would say the letter F, because that's exactly what it's supposed to be. Those 2 dots are going around the line F. And that's telling us that we're going to orient ourselves here with the note letter F. So if I was to keep going, like we did before, we add a ledger line, we get to C. Going backwards, we've got these. I'm just going to keep going because I wanted to just illustrate one thing. I'm going to show you where the open strings are on the cello in bass clef. That's for our violin and viola and bass folks, but you already read this clef. So let's take a look. So here's our A string, our D string, our G string, and down here we've got 2 ledger lines to extend the staff. Remember we said that we can add lines to extend the staff. Is the lowest note that a cello can play. So the main thing again is there are some phrases, and let me just tell you here, I don't remember them. Good boys do fine always. And the other one for the spaces is all cows eat grass. You can try and remember those if you want to. I think that's harder than just memorizing each individual letter for each note. So head on over to my Quizlet and take a look, and cello first position, and I have bass clef first position with a little bit extra because bass has more notes, and just memorize them one at a time. That's the easiest way to build up that vocabulary, just like you did when you first learned to read a book. You're going to build your vocabulary slowly. And if you're a violist or a violinist looking at this, you do the flashcards. You just want to memorize the letter names, because a lot of times in theory class, we use the bass clef quite often. So violinists and violists have to read bass clef. You can't get away from it. If you're a cellist wanting to play bass music, or a bassist wanting to play cello music, just know that your fingerings are going to be off by one number. That's the only slight difficulty when you're for cellos and basses switching back and forth. But the notes stay the same, but your fingerings change. So that's the only thing you want to look out there. But otherwise, it's just straight memorization, and I encourage you to do this away from the instrument. You don't need an instrument in your hands to do this. It's strictly a brain exercise. Okay, guys. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.